Well, hello, my beautiful Cancers out there. This is your horoscope of the week of November 6th through the 12th. And so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with you guys. And let's just start off with do not cry over spilled milk. I know that there are a lot of things going good for you that you could put your focus in on, and there are a few things that feel like they're falling apart. The only thing about what Cancerins are doing right now is the reason I said don't cry over spilled milk is because you guys are chasing after the few things that didn't come together or didn't work out for you after so many years or so long or however long it's been in your life. There's a reason for it. You have a hard time of letting go. And when you do let go, you let go for good. But those things that have decided to come crashing down, something you couldn't fix, it's because you wouldn't let it go. You kept trying to fix it. It is not fixable. Let it go. You have to. As much as you're going to internalize it and try to, well, maybe I should have did this or I should have did that. Let it go. Let it go means let it go. Do it. Let's say they pissed you off. Use that energy. Use your Cancer pissed off energy. When you want to cut somebody out, you cut them out. Use that same energy when it comes to the problems you can't fix. Cut it out. You don't deserve it. You don't need it. Yes, you want to be the healer. You want to be the lover. You want to be all of that. But sometimes you need to be focusing that healing and that love and that energy on the things that are working and realize how much better those are for you and what quality of life you're living. Because there are reasons why certain things leave your life in the way that they do. It's not that because you're dramatic. It's because you hold on to things, so they have to be dramatic in order for you to recognize that was no longer good for you. And the universe has said, okay, enough's enough. Get that out of their life so they can focus on the things that they need to. It's amazing how the Cancers decide to put 17 irons in the fire, and they're going to try to make sure that all of them are perfect. They're not all going to be perfect. Some of them might be lopsided. Some of them might just melt down into nothing. And that's where you're like, oh, I could have done this. I did the same thing as I did over here. Not everything you do in one situation is going to work in the other. So we need to come to realize that you can't give the same type of energy to every single thing and expect the same result. It's not paper. It's not like cutting paper. If I do this the same way, they're all going to have the same angle. That's great. That's called paper, but we're dealing with emotions, and you guys are good with emotions. So let's tap into those emotions. I know that things have been a little bit wonky and you don't want to tap into them the way that people have been, but the energies are, there's a reason why Cancers exist. There's a reason why water signs exist. Right now, we've got a water sign that's in a lot of planets playing some games, and, it's not the good side of things, but we are there to help control that balance. It's like a team. The water team is trying to help balance out one of the negative ones that's happening currently. So allow yourself to focus on the positive things, let go of the negative things so you guys can move forward to be that positive light in the situation. All right. So I need you to keep that in mind. But if you continue to keep focusing, you're going to get to your highest good. And that's where we need you right now. We need that highest good that you can provide at this moment, because not every situation, I don't know if you've heard Gemini or if you heard Pisces earlier, they're going to need somebody who's strong enough to help them. Even Capricorn needed a little bit of more emotion. They needed to tap into that emotional side. What better way is to have a Cancer, a water sign who deals with emotion on a regular basis, whose emotions can change with the moon like that. So fastest changing emotions. We need to be able to be there for our fellow Capricorns and Pisces, and we can do that for them as they're there for us when we need a lift. We're all here to balance each other out. And trust me, each sign, that's why you're not made of just one sign, you're made of multiple signs, but we're focused on your sun sign currently. So if you are a Cancerin, let's make sure that we're paying attention to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at what work looks like. All right, your work situation. I want you guys not to get upset over things that may be delayed. Things are moving a little bit more slower than you would like them to, but don't get disappointed and don't throw yourself. And I'm guilty of this too, guys, is getting disappointed on things not moving quite as fast as I would like them to, but I need to be understanding, and I've been trying to put that balance in myself. So any of you other Cancerins out there, you guys need to be able to see that and understand it. So understand the reason why there's delays. Everything happens in divine timing. Sometimes it's not in your timing. It's in the timing that it will help not just yourself, but other people. So be aware of that situation when it comes to work. There's going to be delays if you're like, oh, we're supposed to be getting reviews and they haven't happened yet, or we're supposed to get raises and they haven't happened yet. They are coming. They are coming. We need you again to be proactive, because others are going to see the same thing and they're not going to be able to relate to it, and they're going to start to feel panicked. You're going to have to be the strength in this one, Cancers. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on in your love life. Love life is being a little bit difficult. If you are in a relationship that has come to its end, you need to realize that it is not a loss. There is a reason for it. It is time for you to grow. You've outgrown your situation, and it is not a bad thing. It may feel like it is, and the heartbreak is real, but there's a reason why you are going in a different direction. You are grown. You've outgrown your partner at this time, or it was a relationship that you would not step away from. So the universe was like, and it's done. So you need to allow yourself to understand what that is and move forward. Do not go backwards. Again, we're needing our Cancerians to be strong and get themselves out there to help. We're needed, guys. We're being called to the rescue. So let's make sure that we're there for it. Now, being this and realizing this, if you are someone who's looking for a relationship, do not find a fixer-upper. You are not into flipping girlfriends or boyfriends. This is not a TV series. It's not a reality show. You don't fix them up and flip them out, which Cancers do a lot of. They find the people that are they're damaged goods. They've been through a lot. Then they try to, oh, I'm going to fix you up, and then all of a sudden, boom, you fix them up, and then they go and be with somebody else because it was never meant to be. Stop doing the fixer-uppers right now. They're not worth your time, especially when it comes to love. Now, if you want to be a friend to them and help them fix their lives, that's one thing. But it's really hard for Cancerians to fix somebody without falling in love with them. They have that attachment to them, but then they get damaged, and they're like, well, F this person. We don't need to be doing that right now. We need to be focused on how we can help somebody, if we can do it as a friend when it comes to that scenario. But no fixer-uppers. This is not a TV reality show where you're making people new again and then selling them to the best bidder. You don't need to be doing that. It doesn't work that way. So be aware of what's happening, and if you're doing that, you need to stop. You need to stop. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our money situation. All right, when it comes to the money situation, worried about money. Definitely seeing a lot of worry about money here when it comes to Cancers at this time. But worrying about it is not having the same effect of making it happen. So rather than worrying about what's happening around you, start dealing with the situation, like allowing yourself to see things for what they are. I don't need this. I don't use this. Get rid of it. Sell it. Stop paying for things you don't use. It is time to make some changes. It's not that money's not coming in, it's that you're overspending. You've taken on so much and you continue to keep spending, but you're not doing what needs to be done. You have to take that logical time to go, I don't need this. I don't want this. I can't take this. I can't afford this. Get some part-time work in. It's time for you to get a little busy. We're especially in the holiday season, or take some of those gifts that have been sitting in the corner all this time. There's nothing wrong with recycling a gift. You ain't using it. Give it to somebody else. Give it to somebody who would want it, appreciate it, know what people like. Cancers are the best gift givers. They can remember someone saying 4 years ago that they love this type of cooking, and then they see this cookbook and they get it for the person because they remember, they listen to that stuff. That's why I think there's just the best gift givers. Now, allow yourself to look at the situation and the things that you may have or what you're doing. Don't overspend. Cut things out that you don't need. Recycle some gifts that you don't use and give them to the people who actually would use them. Don't just give them away to anybody, but give them to the person that would be, if you got a waffle maker and the person I was just talking about that loves to cook would love a waffle maker. Why would you give it to the person that likes to build houses? They're not exactly making waffles on the job site while you're building with all the dust and the gross, and they're not doing it. So just make sure you're paying attention to those little things when it comes to money. Make sure that you are not worried. Get proactive. Do the things that you need to in order to manage your money. It's time for money management. All right, let's take a look at what you got going on spiritually. All right, when it comes to your spiritual side, it is time for forgiveness. Let go of the pain that you're holding on to, everything that you're holding on to. You know, there's a lot of things that we internalize because we want to process it to the best of our abilities to try to see if we can't make something work. Sometimes we try to force things to work and it only backfires to create more pain. Forgive some of the situations that are going on, but forgive yourself for allowing certain things to go on for as long as they did. You had the best intentions in mind, but we need to know when to let something go. And when we do let something go, we let it go hard. So that's okay, but make sure you forgive yourself in the process, because sometimes we let things go. We don't forgive ourselves, and it sits on a shelf. And then one day you get pissed off, and magically that falls off the shelf and now becomes a mix of what's added to what you're already mad about. So it's not something you need to be holding on to. Forgive yourself for certain situations you have no control over. Okay? And guys, I hope you like that. This is the horoscope for Cancer, and I will see you guys all again next week for some more Cancer information.
Now what's this now?